Welcome to lesson 46, fractions equal to 1. In this lesson you're going to be subtracting a fraction from a whole number. And that's something that might be new for you, but before we get into that, let's just review something that you already do know, and it's going to make the subtracting a lot easier. For example, up on the board I have two drawings, and one of them has 2 pieces and one has 4 pieces. And notice that both of them, all the pieces are shaded. If you were to compare those, which one's greater? Now they're both equal, right? They both are completely shaded. The first one would be 2 shapes out of 2, and the second one would be 4 shapes out of 4. And they would be equal, right? Now, if you were to want to make other fractions that are equal to a whole, all you have to do is have the same number as the numerator and the denominator. So for example, on number 1 in your homework, it says, write a fraction that's equal to 1 that has a denominator of 5. Follow those directions. Write a fraction, there's your bar, that's equal to 1. It's going to be equal to 1 that has a denominator of 5. So 5 is on the bottom. Now what would have to go on the top to make that fraction equal to 1? A 5. Because anytime you have the same number as the numerator and denominator, you just have a 1. You have a whole. There's 5 shaded out of 5 spots in whatever shape that is. Okay? Now, when it comes to subtracting, knowing how to make a fraction that's a whole makes the subtraction a lot simpler. So take, for example, trying to think of one that would match the picture up here. Oh, number 7. It says 1 minus 3/4. Your problem says 1 minus 3/4. Now I know in your head you might be able to just subtract it like that. That is fantastic. But I want you to know what is happening and what it looks like, because believe me, these numbers are going to get a lot more complicated and you can't just do them in your head like that. So right here I have one whole. Okay? So what if I were to draw it out? Take this little line out. I have a whole and I'm taking away 3/4. So I'm taking away this portion. Now, if these were to be fourths and fourths, it would be a lot simpler to subtract. And that's what they want you to do. They want you to rename the whole into a fraction that's equal to 1. Well, if I were to name this into a fraction equal to 1, it could be 1 over 1, 10 over 10, 100 over 100, a billion over a billion. Those all are equal to 1. But the one that would make most sense is fourths, because I'm trying to take away fourths from here. And if the denominators match, then we know we can subtract straight across. So instead of 1, why don't we call this 4/4? Isn't that all 1 really is? 4/4? This is the same thing. I just changed it. So now it's 4/4 minus 3/4. And that is review for you, because you know 4/4 minus 3/4 leaves you with 1/4. So you will need to rename the whole number in the front. Let's try it again from another problem on your homework. Number 6, 1 minus a fifth. 1 minus a fifth. Now we can't subtract this because you don't have a fraction minus a fraction. You have a whole minus a fraction. Okay? But we could rename the 1 into something that works. So 1 is a whole. It's really just 2 over 2, 3 over 3, 4 over 4, or 5 over 5. Isn't 5 over 5 a good whole number to work with? Because we're talking about fifths. So now we can just subtract straight across. So 5 out of 5, 5 over 5 minus 1/5 leaves me with 4/5 left over. And that will be your answer. Again, it's going to get a lot more complicated, so I hope that you understand it at this level. All you have to do is cross out that whole number and make it a fraction equal to 1 that you can subtract with easily. And to do that, just match the denominators. All right? If you have any questions, come and see me. Thanks. Bye.